Welcome back, everybody. IGN Live from Comic-Con, brought to you by The Evil Within and Lucy. Just have a few minutes left on day 2 of our coverage from Comic-Con. Still have a few minutes left to recap the big events of the day.
The events of the day.
What happened today? We got a trailer for Walking Dead Season 5. We got Game of Thrones casting news. Yep. Rumors about Last of Us movie casting. What stood out to you gentlemen today?
You pretty much just took my line.
Right.
That was
Thanks
it.
for watching,
I'm done.
everybody.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Have fun at Comic-Con.
The Fox panel is going on right now, or it might just be getting out, and that was going to give fans their first look at Agent 47. Mockingjay, they have a big event going on downstairs with Samsung where you come in and you watch the trailer. So I get to see the new trailer for Mockingjay. Very cool, very atmospheric. We have a video for it on IGN.com. But really, it was a big, huge, dominant day for television. Obviously, Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. But on the movie side, because that's usually my purview, the fact that Raimi was there for Screen Gems, and we knew that they were doing the Last of Us movie, but for him to actually come out and do a promotional appearance for that on the heels of these rumors about Maisie Williams, Arya Stark being up for the role,
Ellie.
And so it was a pretty big day. But today was TV's day. Tomorrow will be movies' big day.
You talked to a couple folks about Agent 47.
Spoke to Zachary Quinto and Hannah Ware, and then, also today was the Horns panel with Daniel Radcliffe. They told us, Quinto and Ware, they couldn't really say much about the movie. They're keeping it very secretive. But we also
our job tough.
We also had the folks from Kingsman, and that's part of the Fox panel as well.
Yeah.
Kingsman, Secret Service. It's Mark Miller's comic that Matthew Vaughn, who did Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class, that's their next movie, and that looks really great.
Yeah,
it's a spy kind of movie.
That wasn't on my radar until today, and it sounds awesome.
The trailer is great. The trailer is great, and we had those folks in. You had Sam Jackson, he's the bad guy in it. And
He
Colin
sat right
Firth.
here.
Right here.
Your butt's touching where Sam Jackson's butt touched.
Don't think that's never happened before. I work in Hollywood. Things happen.
Sure, I'm sure.
That's
A lot of
right.
butt touching in Hollywood.
Yeah, well, it's that point in the live stream where
The butt touching.
we talk about butt touching.
Headline news. That's how you got to wrap up day
I'm
2.
for moon landing.
Yeah.
That's not my line. I can't take credit for that.
You should have.
Greg, you met one of your idols today.
Yeah?
Triumph the Unsold Comic Dog.
I did. That was
hero.
awesome. That was so much fun. Yeah, that was a crazy thing to happen, right, Brian? You were on the panel.
Oh, it was
with me.
unbelievable. I mean, I love this job. Insane things happen on this job, but it's very rare that I walk away from something where my face physically hurts from laughing so much.
Yeah, you and I, we could not stop laughing at certain sections.
It's all those cigars he's spitting and throwing everywhere.
Yeah.
He hit you with one and just like flung out of his cartoon puppet mouth.
Yeah.
Didn't he like wave his paws at one point?
He kept kicking them up. There was too
Rest
much
him on the
energy,
table.
he said, and he had to show me how you're supposed to newscast from a desk like this and stuff like that. But yeah, you look back to, I remember in high school watching Conan O'Brien with my friends, and when Triumph would come up, we'd lose our minds. Like, I never thought I'd be interviewing Triumph later.
Yeah. It's weird to think, Comic-Con, there's celebrities everywhere, and one of the people or celebrities I was most excited to work with was a rubber puppet of a dog.
Yeah.
Did you even know what the guy looked like before?
Robert Smigel?
Oh, okay.
The guy with the hand. Yes.
Breaking the fourth wall.
No. Go on IMDb. You'll find
really
it.
a dog.
Yeah. No, he's a comedy legend. He worked on SNL for years.
Yeah.
Jack McBrayer was here from 30 Rock. Yeah. Their sort of dichotomy is very interesting because one of them seems very in control. The other one's sort of like, why am I here? What's going on? But it's great. Their show doesn't have a name yet, but I'm really excited for it. It's Adult Swim, which means they'll get away with whatever they want.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
They were funny.
Yes.
We also had Robert Rodriguez, Frank Miller on for Sin City.
right.
That was a big moment for you.
Yeah, I love that. I want to ask Jim, as a movies guy, you ever read on this movie?
Here's the big question mark on it is it's the original one was 8 years ago. This is how many Comic-Cons I've been to. I remember when the first movie made a huge splash at Hall H. And, it's a big question mark. Will it kind of recapture what made that first one a cool experience? But you know what? A lot of people thought that about the sequel to 300 as well. And that sequel, even though not as good as the original, was still pretty damn good, you know? And I think this one could be a pleasant surprise, but I am curious if it'll find an audience, really, at that point. Because the original one's kind of just a cult movie.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's just cool to see movies made in that style again. Like we have, when Sin City came out, I mean, there wasn't really the sort of excess of comic book movies we have now.
Yeah.
And they've gone to great lengths to make them look as realistic and insane as possible. And now we're kind of coming back to that sort of graphic novel style. I really appreciate that. So even if it's not great, I'm glad that they're still sort of taking those creative liberties to allow themselves to make films like that are just black, white, and red.
That about wraps it for us on day 2 from Comic-Con. But we're going to be back tomorrow for day 3. Day 3 is going to be a huge day because that's a big Hall H movie.
Marvel movies and Batman versus Superman.
Please.
Yeah, even more.
And Hobbit. The last Hobbit.
Hobbit, yeah.
Last time the Hobbit will be at Comic-Con.
And Batman versus Hobbit.
Yep, that's coming too. Yeah, so cancel all your weekend plans. Just plan to hang out with us all tomorrow afternoon. We'll be live at 1 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. So everybody get rested up. We'll see you tomorrow.